Now, the Israel-Hamas war, it's taking a heavy toll on civilian lives, especially in the Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip, where more than 4,300 people have been killed so far. Israel seeks to avenge the October 7th attack on its territory through its relentless bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Israel has also blockaded Gaza. It has announced its intentions of executing a full-blown ground offensive. Regional players, Iran that backs anti-Israeli forces like Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah. In Lebanon, it's hinted at intervention if Israel actually invades the Gaza Strip. The mounting civilian toll in Gaza, it's also unnerved other countries in the region. It is against this backdrop that leaders and top officials from more than a dozen countries gathered in the Egyptian capital, Cairo. The meeting is focusing on ways to de-escalate the Israel-Hamas war.
Se anche i nostri punti di vista di partenza non fossero perfettamente sovrapponibili, perfettamente sovrapponibile è il nostro interesse. L'interesse di tutti i leader seduti attorno a questo tavolo, e cioè l'interesse a che quello che sta accadendo a Gaza non diventi un conflitto molto più ampio, non si trasformi in una guerra di religione, in uno scontro tra civiltà, rendendo vani gli sforzi che pure coraggiosamente in questi anni sono stati fatti in senso contrario per normalizzare i rapporti.
Now, this conference comes amid growing fears of a wider conflict in West Asia. Representatives from countries including Jordan, France, Germany, Russia, China, the UK, US, Qatar and South Africa are attending the one-day meeting. The United Nations and the European Union officials are also present. In his opening remarks, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi urged leaders to come to an agreement on a roadmap to end the humanitarian disaster in the Gaza Strip and to revive a path to peace between Israel and the Palestinians. The roadmap includes goals like the delivery of aid to Gaza and an effective ceasefire, leading up to the negotiations on a two-state solution.
كما أؤكد للعالم بوضوح ولسان مبين وبتعبير صادق عن إرادة وعزم جميع أبناء الشعب المصري فردا إن تصفية القضية الفلسطينية دون حل عادل لن يحدث، وفي كل الأحوال لن يحدث أبدا على حساب مصر.
The absence of any official from the Israeli side has dampened expectations on what the summit can achieve. Many world leaders attending the summit expressed disappointment on Israel's attacks on civilian population that's left hundreds of thousands of people with no means to live a normal life. However, the leaders also condemned the brutal Hamas attack on Israel that killed over 1,400 people.
Let's be clear. The grievances of the Palestinian people are legitimate and long. We cannot and must not ignore the wider context for these tragic events. The long-standing conflict and 56 years of occupation with no end in sight. But nothing can justify the reprehensible assault by Hamas that terrorized Israeli civilians. And those abhorrent attacks can never justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people.
Clashes on Israel's border with Lebanon and attempted attacks by Iranian-backed forces elsewhere have fueled fears of a spillover of the war. Growing anti-Islamic and anti-Semitic harassment around the world, it's also raised security concerns in many countries.